All right, so in today's video, this is actually a follow-up. We have already installed the hitch receiver. Now all we've got to do is install the wiring harness. Now I have the Kurt 56468 harness. That is the 56468 harness. That is because I have the LED taillight. So there are two different harnesses, one for halogen, one for LED. So make sure you're getting the right one. Easy enough. Before we get started, I want to address the elephant in the room and something I came across in one of the Bronco forums that absolutely blew my mind. And it's something so stupid that I can't believe I'm even have to address this in a video. Some people get so butthurt if somebody covers their license plate. Yes, we fully know that this information is public and that anybody can see it while we're out on the roads, and anybody can get information about us by just looking up our names. Yes, we know all that. But this is just one little extra layer of protection and security that we're providing for our families. And if it makes us feel better, then leave people alone.
Leave her alone!
If they want to cover their license plate, it is not affecting you in any ways, and it's not doing any damage. Let me ask you this, to those same people, and I asked this person that was just going off on me, that said I was disrespectful to the Bronco Nation, that I was asking for help on a forum, but I was covering my license plate.
You are a rude, terrible person.
Literally said that to me. And I asked him, I said, let me ask you something. Do you lock your doors at your house? Because if somebody wants to get into your house, that locked door is not going to keep them out. If they want in, they're going to come in. A lock on your door is nothing but a piece of security, a sense of security for us. So again, leave people alone. All right. Obviously, I'm making YouTube videos. It's out in the public. That's fine. But I don't want, and my kids are in my videos. People know, if you've seen like my first videos, like you know who I am, you know who my wife is. So I don't want people just to have free information, or I don't want to, let me take that back. I don't want to make it any easier for somebody to go up to my kid and say, oh, hey, your dad Matt or your mom Jenny told me to come pick you up, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like what? It's just a layer of protection. So if somebody wants to do it, let them do it. It is not going to harm you in any way. I promise. All right. Now that I'm off my soapbox, sorry about that. Had to get that out there. Let's go ahead and get this thing installed and see how it goes. All right. I like to do these videos live so that if I make mistakes, you get to see them. I don't go back and edit so you miss out on the mistakes. So these are the tools I've got for this job. May not need all of them. I know I'm going to need a 10mm socket. I know I'm going to need some screwdrivers, and I know I'm going to need some zip ties. I'm assuming there's only going to be a few splicing that we do on this, and that's just to run the power. So I've got my heat shrink butt connectors here, my heat gun as well, and trim tools. All right, so I want to give a shout out to Kurt on these instructions. These are really looking good. I really appreciate quality instructions. I mean, it's 3 pages with pictures. It's great. Well done. First tool, 10mm socket. 1, 2 on this side, 2 more on the other. Next step, Phillips head, flathead for backup. We're going to remove these 4 screws. And there's where the flathead comes in hand. Next, we're going to remove the panel. It says to start at the bottom, work our way up. There we go. And we just repeat the whole process for the other side. Not going to waste your time showing you that. Next step, we're just going to disconnect the wiring harnesses. Little trick, we'll push down, push it in, then pull up. Repeat for the passenger side. We're going to start with the driver's side. You'll notice there are 2 different sections. One's got the green wire, one's got yellow, red, and brown. The one with the yellow, red, and brown is going to go driver's side. The one with the green on the passenger side. I'm going to start with the driver's side. All right, now looking up from underneath, I'm on the driver's side right now. Just kind of give you an idea. There's a little crevice right in here, right over the frame. That's where I'm placing the connectors. So you can kind of see where I'm going from the bottom. Let me show you from the top. And from the top, you can see the connectors right there. And once we pull it all the way up, we're just going to insert the cables, the harness, I mean. You'll notice the little notches, so it can only go in one way. Make sure you hear the click. Make sure you hear the click. We're going to leave that for now so we can finish routing and then come back and clean everything up. All right, so next we're going to route the green one over that way. Oh God. Dog scared me to death. Oh. Woo! For a little dog, you just scared the hell out of me. Hey. Woo! Woo! How'd you sneak up on me? Good grief. There we go. Make sure they click. This one was a little harder to get off. Assuming it's going to be harder to get on too. Now that my 2 harnesses are connected, I'm just going to zip tie underneath, find that good location for the box. I actually kind of want to put it on the trailer hitch. There's actually a spot in that to protect it from the heat and protect it from the environment underneath there. If I can just figure out the best way to zip tie it in there. But that's what I'm going to try to do. Next, we want to sand just a little spot. So we've got bare metal. And that's going to be for the self-tapping screw and the ground right here. All right, next thing we got to do is connect the power wire to the inline fuse holder, run the cable back, and connect it to the box. Now it comes with some butt connectors, but I'm going to use some weatherproof one in my heat gun here just to give it a little bit of a better connection. Give it a little tug, make sure it's good. Then we'll heat that up. Now it came with a 10 gauge ring connector. I don't have a weatherproof ring connector 10 gauge right now. So I've got a 14 gauge, fits fine. I'm gonna roll with it. Here it is after heat gun. All right, next thing we gotta do is run the wires from underneath the hood. Never gets old. Now, if you can see down through there, you can see that light coming through. It's not really going to focus well. But that's the frame right there. That's where I'm going to run the wire to and then run it along it. So I'm going to come behind the fuse box and then go down this path here to the frame. Trying to keep it away from anything that could damage the wire. All right, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it, but there's this wiring harness right here. It's shielded away from the exhaust. And that's what I tried to run it through. Now, the one thing I will mention, if you are going to do a lift afterwards, then make sure to leave some slack so you can account for that. Now, the part that I was concerned with is really just right here around the muffler. And as you can see, got it ran right here. Now I tucked some of the extra in just in case I decide to move the box a little bit. Because right now I've got it sitting inside of here. I don't love it by any means. But until I figure out what to do with this, that's just where it's gonna have to be. And the last step is just going to be connect the power to the power. And again, I'm not using the one that came with it. I'm using a weatherproof one to connect these. All right, now I just got to heat shrink this and tuck it away. Then the last step is just put the fuse in the fuse box, connect the battery, and put the fuse in. We should be good. All right, once you've connected the ground back, connected the inline fuse holder to one of the positives, I'm going to close that up. And we're just going to place the fuse in. And I'm going to clean this up here when I finish up, but leave it for now. So before I button everything back up, put all the covers back on. Unfortunately, I don't have a trailer tester right now. I really need to get one of those. Probably get it today. But anyway, I'm going to turn the car on. I just want to watch just to make sure there's no electrical smells, no sparks anywhere. There definitely shouldn't be. Everything's buttoned up real good and tight. But I would hate to put everything back on and have to take it right back off. So let's do that now. All right, hazards are working. You just got to take my word on it for that one. Left blinker, good. Right blinker. Again, you're going to have to take my word for it. Brakes, I'm going to have to take your word for it. All right, so all that's left is just to put the covers back on and then test it out with a trailer adapter, which I'll get. But that's it. That should be it. All right, so I just noticed this. Let's see if I can get it to show up. There's some coordinates here. Little Easter egg. There we go. You can see them a little better now. Little Easter egg. So with the top off, those same coordinates that are on the back door jamb are right here. And when you put these coordinates in a map, it takes you to